It's now 2026 and I have made a resolution to start posting regularly on YouTube. This is something that I've talked about on and off for a couple of years, but it's something that I never really fully committed to up until now, and partly that is due to perfectionism, which funnily enough is the exact topic of a video that I posted 11 months ago called Stop Trying, I'm Begging You. And the irony there is immediately after posting that video, I had no idea what to post next, and the perfectionism beast caught me, and I didn't post again. So here I am, eating my words. But okay, I'm not gonna lie to you, perfectionism was not the only reason. Another thing that keeps holding me back is I'm not sure if I align ethically with posting regularly on social media, just because of the way that it started to take over our lives and just seems to add a lot more stress to mine in particular, and I'm sure everyone else's. Look, when Instagram was first introduced, it was not nearly as much a part of our daily lives as it is now. But now with Instagram and TikTok kind of taking over, I feel a little sick to my stomach when I think about posting on those platforms, especially due to the short form style of the content and how difficult it is to put anything of value within that little time frame and that time chunk. As I said in my last video, for some reason, I feel like YouTube gives me some more creative and intellectual freedom so I can kind of be more myself on this platform. But while I've had this crush on YouTubing for a while, it does seem like it now comes with the added weight of having to post regularly on Instagram and TikTok as well, if not primarily there, in order to be a full-time content creator. And I don't necessarily know how true that is because I've never experimented with just posting on YouTube, but that's kind of where it seems like the trends are going. And ironically, for the past 5 years, I have been posting regularly on TikTok, just not for my own channel. From the time that I graduated until last September, I was working for a Toronto-based company called BlogTO and making 5 to 10 TikTok videos daily reporting on the news in Canada. It was a great job and I feel lucky to have had it, but by the end of my time there, I was starting to feel morally gray about the kind of stuff that I was posting. We all know that TikTok is a platform that prioritizes short-form content. So essentially what I was doing was simplifying the news into 30-second chunks that can easily be digestible. Each story was explained in a maximum of 3 sentences, which when you think about all the complexities and controversies surrounding the news stories that come out today, it's simply not enough to give a nuanced understanding of what's going on. Important context often had to be pulled out of videos for efficiency and viewer attention. And so it started to feel like I was contributing more to polarizing people than educating them and teaching them to rely on headlines as their main sources of information as opposed to digging deeper and doing some intellectual discovery and discovering the nuances of each issue. So while it was not a great feeling to be laid off after working for so many years, a part of me was a little bit relieved because I felt like I had to be heading in a direction that aligned more with my values as well as my skills. And the thing is, I studied media arts, film, and creative writing. And for my entire adult life, the only work that I've really done steadily is acting and content creation. So this naturally seems like a place where I can maybe take back some control and use my skills to maybe generate some income, but hopefully also make a positive impact with the work that I put out there. Yet I've been in such a limbo because I've wondered, is it possible to be an ethical content creator? And when I say ethical, I mean having a more net positive impact than negative. I mean, not only do I not want to post brain rot content, but I also feel like social media is now situated in a way where it's become this giant pissing contest that I want no part of. You ever wonder why you feel like shit every time you scroll on Instagram and TikTok? It's not because you're behind, it's because everybody's feed is curated to showcase only the best moments of their life, their joys, their accomplishments, their style. And when you think about it, many of us spend at least half of our lives online, if not more, which means that we're being conditioned to think that the highlights are all that matters in our lives. The only thing that will give you value as a human being in this social order is being hot, successful, and happy in a way that people can see. Nobody wants to show the shit they go through, the self-doubt, the confusion, so much so that when we are faced with these things in our real life, it feels so unfair and so out of place that we can't handle it. We think that we're the only ones struggling and feeling like shit because when we look online, all we see are smiling faces. It almost makes me yearn for a time when people would post those blacked out stories on Snapchat, just confessing how depressed they are and asking for someone to talk to. Because while at the time everybody kind of cringed at that kind of post, at least it was honest. At least it showed the full range of the human experience. And now I feel like honesty is just not as compatible with social media. It's not sexy. It doesn't sell. It's messy, it's embarrassing, but if we are going to spend half our lives on social media, we might as well just be ourselves instead of these shiny plastic versions of who we hope to be. Another thing that I hate about social media is the way that it's starting to feel like nothing is real unless it's online. For example, I don't post much on social media and I don't really take many pictures. And when I look at my feed compared to some of the people that I follow, I feel like I had accomplished nothing this past year. It wasn't until I did a mental backtrack and like actually scrolled through my camera roll and all the memories that I had that I realized that I had actually done a lot. It was a little scary to realize that I had convinced myself that none of that was valuable because nobody online had witnessed it. I mean, how insane is that? This is all to say that while I love the idea of content creation, I've struggled a lot with it because I don't want to contribute to this cycle. And honestly, I feel a little disgusting posting online, just pretending to be someone who has everything all together when that's just not me. My life is messy and imperfect, and while I've been blessed with many of my dreams coming true, I still don't have a lot of things figured out. And I struggle all the time with having faith in myself. And I guess that I thought that to post online, I had to get through all that shit and get over it. Because who wants to sit there and listen to somebody who's still struggling? But anyone who's ever posted a self-help video on YouTube, they still struggle with life. I feel like they're placed on this pedestal where we think that this person doesn't struggle and therefore I have to learn how they got that secret magic thing. And then if somebody writes a book or posts a video and then suddenly we find out their life is in shambles, nothing they said before is of any value anymore because we only want to listen to people who are perfect and have it all together. But guess what? That's nobody. Everybody who claims otherwise is lying to you. So why not just accept that and embrace it? I mean, I've been taught that nobody wants to see struggle, right? Like, struggle isn't sexy. Success is sexy. But to be honest, the big wins only account for like 5% of my life. The rest is just me trying my best, falling flat on my face, and getting back up again. So if all I had to show you guys were my wins, I really wouldn't have much to share at all. And that might be why I haven't been posting, because I thought that was all I was allowed to share. So this is my commitment to you and to myself. I promise to do my best to be authentic with what I post online. I promise to prioritize posting over perfection. And I promise to do my best to show you guys the full picture, warts and all. I don't know if that's enough to claim that my content is ethical, but I'm sure that my views on this will evolve over time as I discover more about myself and discover more through this journey. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.